Hello, I'm Ronald Floyd from CouchPotaAthletes.com. Been a while since did a video, sorry about that. Want to talk about the college football playoffs. Let's first start back when they just had the bowl games, and then they decided to make the national championship game, which was an improvement. And everybody was worried that would make bowl games meaningless. But wouldn't you want a real champion? You want champions to be, you want them to be played on the field, not people voting on it. So it was better. But then they wanted to make a conference championship tournament. They debated on 4 or 8 teams and went with 4. Everybody was worried, well, that would make bowl games meaningless. But unless you were in the conference championship, the bowl games were meaningless. And I know that, I believe it was 2003, USC got voted as a national champion. I believe LSU was the champion that year for the BCS. So I guess they weren't completely irrelevant, but they were pretty much irrelevant. And now we have a 4-team playoff. Most people are worried if you do 8, be watering it down or bowl games again meaningless. Well, again, unless you're in the 4, they are meaningless. And most of the players, well, I shouldn't say most, but a lot of the players that are going to be in the next draft, the NFL draft, are skipping the bowl games to minimize possible injury. And if you made it 8 teams, it would be much better, more fair, because that way you can get all the conference champions in. And it would only be one more game for 2 teams, and most of the guys that are eligible to go to the NFL that are do go after their junior year, so they missed those 12 games plus, and that's actually less games for their college career, even with the extra game. And like I said, that's only for 2 teams. So 4 teams will play an extra game beyond the bowl, and then 2 teams one more beyond that. So you're looking at 12 games regular season, 13 for a conference champion. You have it's 13. So, and then you got 3-tiered playoff. So you're looking at 16 games maybe. That's what the NFL plays. Anyway, back to the 8 teams and how they should do it. 5 conference champions, they're in, guaranteed. The highest ranked mid-major champion, that way the mid-majors get their representative. They can't say they're not being representative. Any conference champion that is ranked from the mid-majors that's ranked higher than the lowest ranked major champion will then also get in. Sorry about that. And obviously up to 3, and that's who we get in. If there's not 3 or 2, so there's 2 or 3 conference champions from the mid-majors higher ranked than the lowest ranked major conference champion, then just the 1 gets in, and the next 2 highest ranked teams. Or if there's 2, then the next highest ranked team. And if there's only 1 or none, the highest ranked mid-major champion gets in, and the next 2 highest ranked teams. So, and this year, if they did it that way, the first round would have Alabama would play the 8th seed because Alabama's a 1. And the 8th seed would be Washington. And then the 2 seed, Clemson, would play the 7 seed, which would be Central Florida. And then Central Florida would have their chance. The 3 seed, Notre Dame, would play the 6 seed, which would be Ohio State. And then Oklahoma would have to play Georgia. And then, of course, the winner of the 1-8 would play the winner of the 4-5, and the winner of the 2-3 would play the winner of the 3-6. But then you want to know where the games will be played. Well, there's 6 bowl games that are linked to the championship tournament. So 4 of the games be the first round games, and then 2 of the other 2 games that are left will be the Final 4, and then you can rotate it. The next year, 2 different of the bowls will be the Final 4, and the previous 2 will go back to the first round, and then so every 3 years, each bowl game will be a Final 4, have a Final 4 appearance. And then the national championship game college can do like the Super Bowl. They can bid it out the highest bidder. That's where the game could go. So that would be beneficial to college. That'd be beneficial for college football. It'd be beneficial for everyone. Everyone would get a chance that deserves it. And that would leave the odd team out that would be ranked top 8 would be Michigan. Washington would get in because they won the Pac-12. Michigan, the 7 seed, would be out. Central Florida, being 8, would be in anyway if you just did top 8. And everyone argued even back when LSU and Alabama made it. They said, well, we want the best teams, and it was just a conference championship. Had LSU and Alabama in the championship game. LSU shouldn't have had to beat Alabama again. They already beat them. And a few years ago, Ohio State got in over Penn State, even though Penn State won the Big Ten. Well, that's not fair either. Penn State won, and the argument is, well, you want the 4 best teams. You want the 4 most deserving teams. Best team don't always win. If you just want the best teams, then have the 4-team playoff, have the 4 best teams in. And regardless of who wins, if the number one seed gets upset by the 4 seed, well, the 4 seed is not the best team, so the 1 seed moves on. Especially if it's a close game, things could have happened, ball could have bounced funny. Don't matter. Then that's okay. 1 seed gets in because you want the best team in the championship. I mean, games are played on the field. The best team don't always win. That's the way it is. If you just want the best team, just crown them champion. Go back to the old way. Vote on it. Best team. If you don't win your conference championship, you're not in. You have your chance. And people argue, oh, the SEC has the best conference. Well, win it, and you're probably going to be a 1 seed. And what you could do to give them an advantage is the 1 seed gets to pick which of the 4 bowl games they want to be in. They get to pick where they want to play. They don't get to pick who they play against because they'll get the 8 seed, which you would think they'd want, but they get a pick. Then the 2 seed gets a pick of the 3 that's left. Then the 3 seed gets a pick the 2 that's left. And the 4 seed, well, you get what's left. And then when you go to the Final 4, the higher ranked team, whoever it is, if it's 1, 2, 3, or 4, or even 5 or 6, 7, whoever the higher seed is, they pick between the 2 bowl games, and then the next highest gets what's left. Unless something freaky happened and the 1 seed, I'm trying to think, if there's a possible way that the 2 highest seeds could be playing each other. which it could happen, well then, in that case, the higher seed from each game will pick. But anyway, be a much better, more fair way of doing it. Even more fair, but a longer stretch and probably not going to happen for a while, is just to have 16 teams in. The FCS used to have it. The old Division 1AA had 16 teams. I think they got 24 now. And the argument then is, they say, well, these are college athletes and they have schooling and they also have, it's also not good on their bodies and everything else. Well, isn't the FCS, I mean, college athletes? I think they might play less regular season games though, and that'd be loss of money. So, but then again, it would be one more game. The argument, of course, you can keep going more and more. Say, it's only one more game. But 16 should definitely be the max they have. I think 8's good, but 16 might be better. But if they did it that way, you can have the 10 conference champions. That way, no one can argue, oh, we didn't get our chance. There, you got your chance. The 10 conference champions and the next 6 highest ranked teams. That's who's in. And if you did it that way, I'm not going to go through the rankings, but the teams to be in would be Central Florida would be in because they won the American Conference, American Athletic Conference. Clemson obviously would be in because they won the ACC. Ohio State would be in. They won the Big Ten. Oklahoma would be in because they won the Big 12. University of Alabama at Birmingham, UAB, won Conference USA. They'd be in. Northern Illinois won the MAC, so they'd be in. Fresno State, who's ranked 25th, would be in because they won the Mountain West. The Huskies, Washington Huskies, would be in because they won the Pac-12. Alabama won the SEC, and then Appalachian State won the Sun Belt. So that's your 10 conference champions. The next highest ranked teams that would get in, the 6, would be Notre Dame, Michigan, Florida, LSU, Penn State, and Washington State. And then you just seed them 1 through 16 and have a tournament. And then you say, well, now there's 8 more games. Well, you could either add the 8 prestigious bowl games and make them always be first round games, or give the 1 through 8 seeds a home game. They could have a home game. So that way it'd be beneficial to the top 8 seeds. And then the teams that are 9 through 16, they have a chance. I mean, yeah, the guy went on the road, but you're not in the top 8. So anyway, let me know what you think. Really like to see the 8-team playoff. Would like to see it 16 too, but the 8 seems more practical for now because they tend to take smaller jumps. Definitely don't want to see more than 16. I don't like 24, what they have in the FCS. But let me know what you think. And you could email me at b32695@AOL or comment below. Hope to hear from you, and hopefully I make videos more regularly for you. So this is Ron Floyd from CouchPotatoAthletes.com. Thank you, and look forward to seeing your comments.